It's time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Monday evening, November 20th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins, and I your 5 o'clock news and odds. Top straight at 5 o'clock hour on this Monday evening is President-elect Donald Trump calls it a BS as he posted photos with BET founder Robert Johnson of Trump National Golf Club and Bedminster on Sunday as he's looking very presidential. A strong earthquake hit Tuesday morning off the coast of Japan near Fukushima, and the Saturday 2011 earthquake spawned a tsunami that killed almost 19,000 people. Washington, White Democrat Representative Tulsi Gabbard met with President-elect Donald Trump and his transition team on Monday. Gabbard backed Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders in the Democrat primary is being considered his jobs at the Defense Department. Police are on high alert in at least one city more than after 4 officers were shot Sunday in incidents around the country. Donald Trump met privately the network executive anchors as he offered where government comes amid serious conservative press accepted in the incoming administration. 2 new names were emerged as possible candidates for the Department of Homeland Security under President-elect Donald Trump, including retired Marine General Costello Obama administration over women in combat. Vatican City, saying evidence is beyond the rich God's mercy, Professor told Catholics worldwide he is on a priest to absolve the faith of abortion, women, and health workers alike, even while stressing that it is a grave sin. First, if it was as a Robin suddenly Trump's Batman, a long-time number 2 of the French conservative politics low-key, Francois Fillon unexpectedly beat his world-famous former boss, Nicolas Sarkozy, in a presidential primary. Capital Afghanistan, a suicide bomber struck a Shia mosque in an Afghan capital on Monday, killing 32 people. UN officials said the second largest attack targeting minority Shiites in Kabul in just over the month. Mosul, Iraq. Iraqi troops find Islamic State militants in the eastern outskirts of Mosul regrouped in Monday neighborhoods as they recently retook up from the extremist group conducting acid house searches and looking for the would-be suicide car bomber. Authorities on Monday defended the decision to douse protesters with water during a skirmish in some freezer river near the Dakota Access Oil Pipeline, and organizers said at least 17 persons were taken to the hospital, including some. A New York City man was charged with Monday trying to join as to express his support for the knee-style attack in Times Square. The criminal complaint until in the federal court provides no indication that Mohammed Rafik Nanaji, a citizen of Yemen. Last month, a reader in Nigeria named Shire Duck sent us something a long note criticizing the political correctness in the U.S. After a busy weekend interviewing job candidates, President-elect Donald Trump spent Monday meeting his about the economic and national security teams. Abuja, Nigeria. Judge of Nigeria's Supreme Court was charged with 15 counts of fraud, including money laundering, and authorities said. Kanpur, India. Police in India on Monday said they called off the search for more survivors of a train derailment in Kanpur after 142 fatalities were recorded. Seoul, Kim Jong-un visited a military one fishery station for the second time in recent days, according to North Korean state media. Washington, federal election officials have found more than 1,000 potential errors on the Trump campaign in October. FEC report involved $1.3 million in contributions. Minneapolis, 1030. Man who confessed to killing 11-year-old Jacob Wetterling more than 27 years ago, been sentenced to 20 years in prison, officials said. Washington. Donald Trump stopped Kellyanne Conway said former Texas Governor Wakey Berry's on Oklahoma Governor Mary following a visit to President-elect on Monday. Washington, white national was bloodied in a confrontation with protesters outside of Washington covered to celebrate Donald Trump's presidential election. New York, U.S. Court of Appeals in New York denied a new trial for the convicted Russian arms rapper Victor Bach, known as a Merchant of Death. And local news from the Attleboro Sun in North Attleboro. A North Attleboro man pleaded guilty Monday to drug conspiracy charge after watching a video of himself making a hand-in-hand drug sale on the driveway with an ED Street apartment. Kelly posted 26 admitted in the number of district court to selling 2 painkillers and another man who pulled up in a car after watching himself for a video about taking by a neighbor who called police after witness intersection in front of 41 ED Street where he was staying at the time. The video was played at hearing and testimony from North Attleboro Detective Daniel Origi prior to the start of the trial. Posey decided to plead guilty in a plea bargaining agreement in which he was agreed to the 7-month jail sentence. Posey has been in jail since April on a probation violation of assault conviction. Already served a 7-month sentence and all related drug charges were dropped in return for his guilty plea. Scott Brown meets with Trump about Veterans Affairs Secretary position. North Attleboro, a former firefighter, wrongful termination suit against the town, has been dismissed after the Civil Service Commission found that the town acted within the terms of the employees' contract with 11 2014. North Attleboro, police say a cashier at a Macy's department store faced a charge to steal $625, manipulating sales and pocketing cash. North Attleboro. Police say that alleged drunken driver drove over a car of an 8-foot retaining wall. First practice church on onto Northwestern Street over the weekend. North Attleboro. Witnesses called police on suspected drunk driver hooked to the Shaw's Trade Board process on North Attleboro because they feared that he would drive out of the pickup truck. Prosecutors said on Monday. Gas prices are down just Americans are hitting the road for the Thanksgiving all-day weekend. Amherst, Massachusetts College just stopped falling off flags and caps after an American flag was burned following the presidential election. Hampshire College President Jonathan Larch said in a statement to WWLP TV that the school will not fly any flags being in time being. He said that the campus will consult with students and staff about appropriately utilize the flag for the future. The decision comes after several things happened surrounding the flag on the campus week at the Norman Rate election. Dover, New Hampshire, the proposed acquisition of Wentworth Douglas Hospital in Dover, New Hampshire by Massachusetts General Hospital has taken another step forward. Non-union employees at Chicago O'Hare International Open State was striking Northern Fairlands by the never to win the right to organize and raise wages to $15 per hour, according to Service Employees International Union. Third, O'Hare closed this year. One of the respectful signs says they covered Albany unsolicited a big name and it's by their town for saying very little, and indeed the Prime Minister said their termination should give hardly anything away on the plans. New York U.S. stocks climb on Monday to close a record, and European equity markets also moved higher. The Jupiter process helped for gains in the energy sector as a Dow. Up 8%, 6%. 89.6.69, SP5 up 6.28%, 198.18, Nasdaq up 47.35, at 368.86. Washington, BAE Systems has received a contract with up to $192 million to install combat system of the U.S. Navy's new DDG-1000 submarine class destroyers. Washington, U.S. Navy personnel completed around the weapons loaded tested for the F-35B variant on the bow of the U.S. American assault ship to the recent sea trials. Washington, Saab has recently received 3 new orders from the U.S. Army to provide upgraded trade and simulation equipment. Fort Worth, Texas, and Lockheed Martin has received a $1.2 billion contract to upgrade 134 F-16 fighters for South Korea's Air Force. New York, Big Apple, Circular Palace. Chapter 11, bankruptcy protection 4 months after the cancel of the 2016-17 season court documents and gate. The head of Environment Protection Agency on Monday, given the past events on the Obama administration energy and environment policies and insisted the nation's shift from fossil fuels will continue no matter what comes the White House. 2 days after launching from Kazakhstan and Western Soyuz, Ferry ship glided its moon up to the International Space Station Saturday, bringing a veteran cosmonaut, Frenchman, making his first flight at NASA's most experienced female astronaut. As for the warm temperatures continuing in the year, the temperatures tens of degrees at Fahrenheit about a normal for the time of the year in some locations to see as a key indicator of the overall state. Chances are the humidity cool things up in big league even we manage to settle it. And 90% use signs that technology so from some big space bubble will inevitably come along with the process and great. Cyber Dipping Company has voluntarily recalled some of the summons players made before Norwegian domestic inspectors divide the activity of list of mountain guns in their manufacturing facility. Rates of Alzheimer's disease and other types of dementia have fallen considerably since 2011. Education may be part of what's possible. Researchers are reported Monday. Men who have playboy attitudes and believe in the power of women may face a higher risk of mental health trouble than men who don't, according to new research suggested. About the medication you advise people who are trapped by very hard, but you should not be taken with certain cholesterol lowering drugs, the study suggested. Peter Children's time. It's 5:08 p.m. Time for New England Third Sport. The United Massachusetts 3 alarm building fire on Main Street. DFS reps have responded. Working fire Hubbardston, Mass. 134 Old Winston Ward and a bonfire. And now your sports at 5:08. Boston Celtics will be taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves at 8 o'clock out in Minneapolis. Jurgen Klinsmann from honestly U.S. Soccer New Era, but over 5 years, the Pacific game antenna of a number of reasons he's been fired. Los Angeles, she was leaning on the rail on top right, well one tell him leading LA Costa locker rooms in the corner of the west end zone, but it just making a visual connect with her son before she fled as Jared Goff's dream debut turned in the number Rams loss. Landover, Maryland, by the time Josh Norman's last play declared the locker room, like Monday morning, 1 a.m. he was fast approaching as Redskins faced in fair scheduling against Cowboys. Brady Bodie had more impact in Minnesota Vikings in victory against Arizona than would have lacked, as some guy pod by Minnesota Vikings during pre-game introduction. Peter Children's time is now 5:09 on this Monday evening, and it's time now for a traveling and treasure report. Baby! Tommy and MT with a Thursday looking good on the subway system. It's looking good on the commuter rail. Frank Line, train 744, 5 from Northwood Central is expected to depart Northwood Central beyond schedule. Franklin train 743, 4:50 p.m. at a stop near Endicott with a mechanical issue to train 34 minutes beyond schedule. And Providence train 826, 4 p.m. Providence is up at 10 20 minutes past schedule between Mansfield Station and South Station. Alright, look at that. How was the Mowers in New England here? 95. Northbound side. Expect that for Greenwich area to Bridgeport 95. Southbound about to 7 down at Greenwich. Merritt Parkway eastbound back to Greenwich down to Bridgeport. 95 both ends back to Raven. 84 eastbound back to Newt. 1074 westbound back to Waterbury. 91 on the northbound southbound side back to downtown Hartford. 91 on the southbound side back to 291 at 84. 84 westbound side is back up downtown Hartford. At 291 and eastbound back to 91 at 291 in Winslocks and 91 in both ends back to from 291 and 57 in Springfield. 290 in the westbound side is back to 190 in Route 9 in Worcester. Out in Rhode Island, 146 on both ends is back to 99. 146A in Lincoln North Smith and Stretch. 295 on the northbound side is back to Route 37 in Cranston all the way to Johnson. 295 southbound about 6 in Johnson on the way after Route 14. 95 on northbound side is from 37 in Walk all the way to downtown Providence. 95 on southbound side is back to 1 train 2 in Protect all the way to downtown Providence. 195 westbound back up from 114 in East Providence to downtown Providence around 95. 146 southbound side back up from 15 to 95. 610 connect back up from 6 to 95. Jamestown, bridge on the westbound side, it did slow. Monroe Bridge on both ends is backed up. 24 southbound side is back from 495 to Route 140 in the Rain and Tottenham stretch. Route 25 westbound side is backed up just about 4. Route 495, 195 Wareham. Out of the gate, 20 on the northbound and southbound side around the board bridge just a little slow. Route 6 at the eastbound side, little slow around. Route 20 to New Orleans. 95 southbound side is backed up around 120 get to Route 27 in Sharon. 24 southbound side back from 120 Kenton all the way after 27 in Brockton. Route 25 at the northbound side back from North Attleboro 1 to the 95. 495 on the southbound side back from Route 117 in Stowe all the way after Route 90 in Mass Pike in Westburg. 290 westbound side back to 190 Route 9 in Worcester. Mass Pike on the westbound side, it is back to the Allsparrow, Trolls all the way to Framingham. 120 on the southbound side, back to Route 2 in Lexington all the way to Braintree Split. 120 both ends back to around the Braintree Split, and then hit base again from Highland Street in Neal all the way to Route 9 in Wellesley. Mass Pike both ends back to South Boston now to East Boston. Mass Pike eastbound side, Sophie Pruitt Tunnel all the way up to South Expressway. 93 is on both ends down, and the Boston is backed up. Route 128 on the northbound side is back to Route 4 in Lexington all the way after Route 1 in Peabody. 120 both ends back to from 95 in Peabody all the way up to Denver's. 93 on the northbound side is back to Second Ridge and Boston all the way up in Route 1 and 10 in Lawrence. 128 Route 3 on the northbound side back to from Burlington all the way up in Kingsburg. 495 on the northbound side is back to from 133 and over all the way up to the Haverhill. And 97 New Hampshire. Route 3 on the southbound side is back to around the Merrimack stretch. 93 on the northbound side, back to Red Hook, New Hampshire, all the way after Interstate A on Concord, New Hampshire. And 93 on the southbound side, back to Lincoln, New Hampshire. 93 on the northbound side, back to Lincoln, New Hampshire, up to Franklin and Littleton, New Hampshire. And then 93 northbound back to Interstate 91 in Vermont. 91 on the southbound side, Lowell around Route 5 in London. Interstate A on both ends is back to from Randolph all the way up in Burlington. But the highways and byways of Maine not looking good here. And out of Interstate 87 to southbound side Little, so just around Route 11 up in Plattsburgh. And out of Route 15 on both ends is backed up from the U.S.-Canadian border headed towards Montreal. And 81 is backed up on, is very slow from Interstate 86 all the way up to Watertown, New York via Syracuse. New York State is backed up between the Syracuse and Rochester stretch. And Interstate A is backed up between Interstate A1 all the way up to Middlebury, New York. And Interstate New York State for westbound back between Schenectady and Albany, and Interstate A7 and northbound side effective from Albany and Silver Springs. Peter Chell News Time is now 5:14 on this for Monday evening, and it's time now for a weather report. And look at that, the radar, and it shows snow streaks from southern Rhode Island all the way in on Connecticut and western and central portion of Massachusetts and up in eastern New York and up in the western Vermont, and up in seeing some snow showers from central portion of New Hampshire and up in the Maine and the eastern portion of Maine with some sleet. Northwest of St. Stephen and Brunswick and little line rain showers off Rockland, Maine. And seeing some rain showers from central and eastern portions of Nova Scotia and some rain showers around St. John around Marysville and west of Moncton, New Brunswick. All right, 7. Oh, we are still under a wind advisory in tonight and day 2 of 7. Tuesday for Sunday, a period of light snow, sleet, or freeze rain may impact the region later Wednesday and Thanksgiving. The amounts of so that should probably be left with the potential for they have a significant impact on holiday travel. Stay tuned. Wind advisory in effect until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this evening. And location includes off of interior 7 New England and included east coastal locations. Wind westbound 50 miles with gusts up to 45 miles an hour. Time and strong winds get to effect early evening with gusts 50 miles an hour. Winds will slowly diminish later than that. Impacts winds are strong and cable down and some large trees. Limbs and also result in some isolated power outages. Well, though, some concern with that. The strongest winds and the greatest risk of tree damage occur on Monday. Wind advisory means that same with at 21-39 miles expected gusts between 46 and 57 miles an hour. Winds are strong and cable some damage. Some small tree limbs and branches possibly causing isolated power outages. Travel can be difficult, especially high-profile vehicles. Use extra caution. All right, 7-day forecast goes like this. Here. For tonight, forecast go about 26 degrees. What's about 11 to 14 miles gusts today, 33 miles an hour. For Tuesday, South about 41 degrees. What's about 10 to 14 miles gusts today, 30 miles an hour. For Tuesday night, most gusts about 25 degrees. Northwest about 8 to 10 miles gusts today, 24 miles an hour. For Wednesday, South about 41 degrees. Northwest about 8 miles an hour. For Wednesday night, slight chance of freeze or drizzle before 4 a.m. Then a slight chance of drizzle. Freeze or drizzle between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. Then a chance of freeze or drizzle after 5 a.m. Forecast about 28 degrees and Dexter at 8. Fakes again today. A chance of drizzle, freeze and drizzle before 1 p.m. Then a chance of drizzle at 2 p.m. Clouds got about 42 about 32 degrees. Friday, chance of rain. Most skies got about 40 about 36 degrees. Chance patient 55%. Saturday, chance showers. Most skies got about 40 about 32 degrees and chance patient 40%. Sunday, forecast about 47 about 30 degrees. And for Monday, got high about 49 degrees. Going on here, it's overcast skies and we got a temperature of 32 degrees, humidity of 54%, winds west 15 gusts and 26 miles an hour. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this, November 21st, 2069, a Monday evening. I'm here to have a good evening, goodbye, say to you for late hour, right after Sports Man, right after the Red Celtics 2-1 game over. Good evening.